Man, welcome back to another episode of the Think Successfully Room. This is a platform where we focus on building mindsets, we building character, bringing value to both you and your people, and aligning your body with your intelligence. I'm your host, QB, so effing amazing. Um, man, Blaqamore, man, I wanna say something, brother, before we get into it, man. So, uh, speaking for myself, I know when growing up in a household with SNAP benefits, right? Um, that's one thing we used to look forward to was when that snap hit, right? When that link hit, and even though we had the option to go in the store and buy things that's going to help us with a well balanced diet, the main thing we go for is the junk food, the cakes, the cookies, the sugary drinks, the cereal. I mean, in my household growing up, we had a cabinet that was dedicated for that. You know what I'm saying? So this particular topic is interesting, right? So there is some limitations being put on SNAP benefits and starting this month, right? So the first few states that's going to have limits on their SNAP benefits, right, is Indiana, Iowa, Nebraska, Utah, and West Virginia, right? And that started January 1st of 2026, right? Then later on in the year, you have Idaho, Oklahoma, and Louisiana, right? Their limitations will come in February. Colorado is in March. Texas, Florida will be in April. Arkansas, Tennessee in July. Hawaii and South Carolina will have limitations on their SNAP benefits in August. Then you are looking at Dakota in September, and then Missouri in October. So what's your opinion, or what's your thoughts on the Trump administration putting limits on what you can buy with link cards?
It's a lot of I got a few different ways I think about it. The first default way, and it's actually kind of reminds me. I wonder how this episode is gonna do for us, because I don't know how some things I'm gonna say is gonna be received, but but it's kind of reminds me of the, what was it, like Roe versus Wade, when they started outlawing abortion or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess just the way I think about things is I prefer to live my life in a way to where those types of things wouldn't affect me.
Right, right.
I don't like the idea of, maybe they're giving them that control.
Mm-hmm.
But what I don't like even more is the fact that we won't take that control over ourselves to begin with, right? So
Yeah.
when it comes to like the SNAP benefits, I don't want to sit here and say, yeah, they need to stop making y'all do that. But goddamn, I wish y'all would just stop doing it just because. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just because it's the right thing.
And I do like the fact that, because essentially what was happening is the government was funding the success of Coca-Cola and the success of Frito-Lay and all of them. They're a government-funded success, basically a subsidy-funded successful company. We don't even know if they really will succeed in a free market like this. So I am interested to see how their business does now, and I like the fact that it incentivizes food businesses to put out more nutritious foods on the market if they want some government spending on them.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, so it's a few things I was thinking about. I seen what the shit, cause now, and I don't necessarily disagree with what was happening. I kind of feel like, what I'm saying, like, I want us to understand that the money you pay in taxes, man, that's ultimately what's supporting this shit, what I'm saying, for people to have link cards, SNAP benefits, right? But when they go in the store and buy these things, right, and buy all the junk food, and your kids eating all this shit, and then let's be honest, some parents don't really stay on top of their kids as far as brushing their teeth and shit like that. And I done seen it happen, right? So now, they buying all this junk food, popsicles, and all of this BS, and now kids is walking around with with sugar just caked up on their teeth without brushing it. And what happens is that they teeth begin to deteriorate and decay, very quickly before they even get a permanent set of teeth. And I think having limits like this on not being able to buy as much junk may ultimately save more trips to the dentist office, because of the kids' teeth is beginning to deteriorate because of the amount of junk food that they have access to.
The dentist, the doctor, all of it. Shit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? The teeth, the heart, all of it.
yeah,
Because and the thing is, because I done seen some people arguing online about it. You can't come up. I can't come up with a feasible, fathomable argument that's worth having to say we should be able to poison ourselves with government funding, because that's what you would be arguing for.
yeah,
It ain't like
yeah.
they say you can't buy the shit ever. Like if you just want it that bad, then you do what you gotta do to buy the cash. If the whole point of us being able to eat is so we could nourish and sustain ourselves, and those ain't nourishing and sustaining products.
Nah.
You know
And
what I'm
that's
saying?
and that's the fact. And I think that's and from what I read, I think that's what they were trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and say I agree with everything that's happening, what I'm saying, especially when it comes to the Trump administration. But this is one thing I agree with, as far as getting back to making sure that taxpaying dollars is being used for a nutritious diet, and not for the sugary treats. And the thing is that if y'all being forced to, like, look, you can't buy this with SNAP benefits, I'm willing to bet any amount of money y'all not finna spend y'all own money on that shit. Y'all only get it because it's free. You know what I'm saying? So, man, bro, I want to ask you, like, growing up in your household, when it comes to your parents, man, how were they when it came to the junk food and the pop, man? Did they allow y'all to abuse these things, or they kind of had limits on what y'all can eat and what y'all couldn't eat?
Well, like I say, I was actually talking to my brother about this yesterday. How um it seemed like every generation we get hit with like this big new problem that we solve, and then as how we solve that problem creates a new problem. We don't be realizing it until years later. Back when I
Mm,
was younger, it wasn't really even a concept or an idea of junk food and regular food, because we kind of coming off the heels of food just being food. Like that was kind of a
right.
new concept. And the
Mm,
junk food, the part of the creation of the junk food was trying to figure out there's enough food for everybody to begin with. So they super industrialized and commercialized it.
mm,
But my granddaddy was a little more health conscious than normal, and he kind of set the tone for the whole family. Yeah, I mean, we got some junk food here and there, but it wasn't. It didn't sound like kind of like with you. We say like you had the whole pantry dedicated to it. It wasn't that never that
yeah,
crazy. Like my granddaddy, he ain't like my granddaddy was like, don't even be eating cereal. Some of my family thought it was healthy because it had a picture of a heart on a Cheerio box. And Papa was like, nigga, no. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it wasn't as big a issue, but at the same time, that's kind of why it was an issue, because we didn't know it was an issue like that.
yeah,
That's kind of how it was with us. But yeah, we put, my granddaddy, it was just beans and rice and potatoes in the crib. It wasn't too much junk. Cereal is as junky as it got with us.
man. That's actually good to hear, man. So I was a little different. My mom, like, even though when she bought junk food, the shit she would put in the kitchen, but the shit that she wanted, she would hide it in her room. It ain't like it stopped us from sneaking in this shit anyway. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It just wasn't there's it wasn't strict enough. You know what I'm saying? We had too much of an access to it. I remember one night, man, on Easter, I had like this big ass bunny. You know what I'm saying? That at the time, that motherfucker was the size of me. It was all chocolate. And it wasn't really no, you have this amount and put the rest up. They pretty much allowed me to eat how much I wanted to eat. Man, I didn't really feel too good afterwards. You know what I'm saying? I went to sleep and I woke up out my sleep and I threw up, you know what I'm saying? Because it
Mm,
was so much chocolate,
mm,
just built up inside of me. You know what I'm saying? So the stomach aches, you know what I'm saying, the vomiting, all of that is because there wasn't no strict, no rules in play, and they just allowed me to just eat the shit. Even when I went to my uncle's house and played with my cousin, they pretty much allowed him. They had like a pantry. all type of cakes, and like how he grew up and how I grew up is two different things. So when I went to his house, it felt like I was in heaven. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, damn man, you can eat as much as this shit as you want to eat. Like he had all the man, it's late at night and they up there sleeping. He pretty much had the ability to eat what he wanted to eat. And now that I'm thinking about it or talking about it with you, having this conversation, I'm starting to realize how much of a fucked up diet we had as kids. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like if I got access to all of this and all of the microwavable, you know what I'm saying, foods and shit, it ain't no reason for me to it ain't no like it wasn't presented to us. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because they worked all the time. He might have been getting up early for work. His mom probably was doing, whatever she wanted to do. So they was more so, man, go in the kitchen and find something to eat. But it's like if y'all not preparing the meal for me, I'ma just get what I feel is necessary. And as a child, man, we don't really know exactly what a balanced meal is.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the worst shit we probably had that we had a whole lot of is ramen noodles.
Oh my God.
We had a lot
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah, That
Whole lot.
that shit was, man, a lot of salt in that shit, man. I
Yeah.
with the ramen noodles, I used to turn them joints into chips. I ain't even eat them cooked.
I did that sometimes. You just put it in a thing and just put the seasoning in
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Crunch them motherfuckers up, put the salt in it, and shake them up, and I had like a ghetto bag of chips, and that's how I used that's how I used to eat my shit. But trying to eat that now, man, your blood pressure finna skyrocket, man, because it's
Yeah,
so much
I'm
salt.
pretty sure that had a lot to do with mine.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too, just real quick, just to highlight. I don't know about you, but I don't in my experience, nobody ever looked at the package as two servings, right? But it's two servings. So like we look at the nutrition facts on the back and you see that is, 400 calories and, 900 milligrams of sodium. You thinking that's for the whole thing because you ain't paying attention to it saying it's two servings per pack. So that square thing is actually double all that.
Bro, you actually taught me something. I thought that was one serving because it's like, and for real, because as a child, I was able to eat one bag of noodles by myself. So it's like,
Yeah.
if
Who
I
gonna
was
eat
to
a half a
split
thing
that,
of that? Yeah.
yeah, who finna split a bag of, you know what I'm saying? Them little square packets, like who finna split a bag of noodles?
I mean, I
You
used
know
to
what
eat
I'm
two full things of noodles, minimum.
saying? Yeah, so it's like, yeah, that's I didn't know that, bro. You actually just taught me something. I thought that was one serving. But now, so really, when we go to cook noodles, we eating enough for two people.
That's why I like
Yeah,
to stress to people. Always look at that shit on the back. They can lie to you on the front and put all these little fancy buzzwords and all that. I'm not saying they can't lie to you on the back, but it's much more difficult because there's more and more laws they got to practice. They got to disclose shit.
right, right. So, man, bro, so what is like, cause you got children, man, you got kids, man. What's y'all rules as parents, man, when it comes to the junk food? I know you real health conscious, so that's something I kind of want to hear, what y'all rules are as far as that.
Well, I'm real big on freedom. So what we do is we say, hey, y'all can eat whatever y'all want. I mean, within whatever we're gonna buy, because we just gonna be buying up everything. But
Yeah.
of course, you gotta have, your main. You can't have like a bowl of ice cream for dinner or nothing. But
Mm,
whenever you do want to partake in some bullshit, after we didn't told you what it does, once you start feeling the effects of it, we have full right to keep reminding you of it and annoy you to hell with it. It's been
mm,
it's so we just teaching the how they say listen to your body. Like every time the big boy when he want to eat his bullshit, sometimes he get a headache. His body just can't
uh,
handle. We telling him
yeah.
like, yo, you had so much cheese on that pizza. That's what it do to you. We just do that, and because
Mm,
at the end of the day, my belief is, growing as someone who grew up super religious in a religious family, and I personally did not turn out that way at all.
mm.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's wise to just force whatever your doctrine is on them. Just let them discover it. You know.
Right, right.
So we try not to do too much restricting within reason. We'll just let you discover, and just in case you're wondering why you feel the way or something that way, we have evidence that is tied to this. So you may want to make a change sooner or later. That's how we like to.
I actually like that method, man. So y'all go about it like cause most parents completely cut their kids off. Like, look, this ain't what you, but y'all making it aware, like, look, man, you can have it, but I want you to understand the consequences. You know what I'm saying? So if you eat that and you feel some type of way, and let's say they not feeling good, they stomach hurting, head hurting, they not finna want to eat that much again because they ain't like how it made them feel.
Yeah,
You
and
know what I'm
I
saying?
I knew it was working with my daughter. She keeps like a loose mental record of when she needs to eat certain things. Like she'll, she may go like even a day or two wilding out eating Raisin Cane's or whatever. And
Yeah.
then I remember like the first time I heard her say like I need to eat some vegetables because I ain't had none in like 2 days. Like, and she was like 7 years old talking like that.
Mm.
That's something she's gonna keep with her forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't know too many
that's
7, 8
powerful.
year olds auditing their vegetable intake. Didn't restrict her, just educated.
Yeah, that's I actually like that method, man. I think I'm gonna use that same method with my son, man, because it's, by him being, he's only 1.5, a year and a half. But there's times where he don't want to eat nothing else. But if it's sweet, he'll eat that shit.
Yeah.
But as I like that method of letting them discover exactly what it does to them without us forcing it. You know what I'm saying? Because
So we rebellious people, man. We don't always want to do what our parents do. We'll do it
yeah,
just to spite them.
man, I used to go in the bathroom and sneak and eat cakes. You know what I'm saying? Just because I knew she wasn't finna bother me up in there. But then it got out of hand because I started taking it too far. It's like, okay, when you can see the bottom of the box, she gonna know, like, okay, man, who the hell been in my damn cakes? And yeah, man. So I like that method, man, because even when I was younger, you know what I'm saying? So fortunately, I grew up with my great grandparents, man. I had a very good relationship with my great grandparents, and some kids may not be able to experience that. So wherever my mother wasn't disciplining me at, they were disciplining me in that areas. So
Yeah.
if I was at my grandparents' house, I knew I wasn't finna get away with certain shit. You know what I'm saying? So if I asked for a banana, I mean not a banana, but a popsicle or something, and she know I just had a popsicle, then I asked for another one, she finna whip that switch out, man. You ask me again, I'm tagging you. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you want something to eat, go get you a banana or something.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was about grandmothers, man, but they little arm wasn't really on shit with that belt. But when they got that switch, that joint hurt,
Yeah.
man. That joint hurt. So when she had that switch on her lap, I knew not to ask Granny for no popsicle, man. I'm shit, fuck it, I go get a banana, man. I go get me a banana. But man, I watched one of my younger brothers, man. He's man, what is this? 2016. I think he'll be 11 coming up here, and man, he'll sit there and eat a whole box of popsicles, man. Won't nobody say nothing to him.
Mm.
And of course, I'm not in the house. So like my younger brothers, that's right under me. You know what I'm saying? It's different. My relationship with them is different. But by me being so far apart from him, it's certain things I don't really speak on. You know what I'm saying? I kind of just want them like, man, y'all gonna have to see for y'allself, but he want to eat junk food. He wants to drink pop. He wants to, eat McDonald's all the time. And he's just one of them kids, like if his stomach is hurting, he's not really paying attention to the fact that it's because of what he ate. You know what I'm saying? So now he wants it again. And man, I think I like that method. That's probably the dopest method I done heard in terms of like teaching our children what's good for them and what's not good for them.
Yeah. But yeah. We
Yeah,
gotta let them discover it, man. Like I said, we rebellious. We like to do stuff opposite of what our mom and dad did, strictly just because it's the opposite. Ain't even gotta make sense. And I don't want to get caught in
yeah,
that trap. I didn't seen it backfire too much. That's why. Well, yeah.
yeah, man. That's man, yeah. I mean, going back to the link shit, man. I think and again, when I read it, I was shaking my head the whole time because at the same time, I don't agree with everything that I see in the news. But this one in particular, I feel like would be a good move for the people, man. You know what I'm saying? They may be upset at first because they can't, get the things that they crave for, but they only crave it because of, shit that probably done built up in their body over time. Parasites, for example, that's keeping them attracted to the sugar, so it's, they may go through some withdrawals, you know what I'm saying? Because I do believe that if the link isn't purchasing these things, I don't feel like they're gonna spend their own money trying to buy it. And I think this will get us back in the habit of being able to put together more healthier foods, and really just getting back to a healthier diet and cutting out some of the sugar and forcing people to, just do better with their health. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that would benefit not only the adults but the kids as well. And man, when every state get hit with these limitations, man, I'm interested to see how it go.
And plus,
But
it's interesting it's like, how can two things be true? We at the top of the year. I see a whole bunch of, about to have my body right, about to be healthy. And at the same time, we upset that we can't buy junk food no more. How is both of these things
yeah,
true at the same time? If anything, a lot of you should look at it as, oh, bet, at least that's less temptation for me or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
two things
yeah.
can't be true.
That's motivation. At least that, I mean, at least for me, that would be motivation.
Yeah.
If I was in a situation where it's like, man, I want to put this down, but it's kind of hard not to when I got a plastic card in my wallet in my pocket that's finna allow me to buy it. You know what I'm saying? So if you are somebody like, man, in 2026, this is my year. I'm trying to get my body right. I want to get my mind right. And you read this or you look at this content, cool. Like you said, that's less that's one less thing I got to worry about, because now I don't have access to it. You know what I'm saying? Now you forced to buy the foods that's gonna do the body, that's gonna do you some justice, and then you mix that with a decent workout plan, and now you can get the body that you've been looking for, or the health you've been trying to achieve in the year 2026, man. So this,
Yeah.
man, I'm interested. I'm curious on how that's gonna turn out for the people. And yeah, it was a guy in the article, man, that brought up the fact, like, man, I want to eat healthier. It's just, it'd be hard to, because he's able to buy this shit. So, man, listen, if there's limitations on it and I can't get it, that's going to help me out in the long run. And maybe the obesity rate will also decrease because of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I am interested. While I am not in disagreement with this move,
Mm.
my conspiracy brain goes to, it's just the beginning of something else to set us up later.
Yeah, yeah, that.
Well, since this government spending on our tripping too much, because it's super justified, but then it could turn into, we ain't letting you buy this either, we ain't letting you buy this either, and now we got some new type of hybrid dollar that the government got more control over, and you can only buy this. And I just wonder where the things stop at, because I do kind of understand the other side. 'Cause I seen a woman ask, even though I didn't agree with her examples, but she was like, where do we draw the line on junk food? What about with white bread? In my mind, I'm like, yeah, fuck white bread. But it may turn into something else
Yeah,
one day. Maybe they say you can't buy
yeah.
avocados no more or something. I am interested. Do want to keep an
If they
eye out
say that.
on how, if they intend to overstep later on and they're just trying to build momentum so it can be accepted later. That's something to keep in the back of our mind. But in the meantime, enjoy this limitation and use it to your advantage, people.
Absolutely. And I want to throw something else in there. So this is man, so this ain't just, how the fuck can I word this, man? So the things that they are limiting isn't just, it's not okay. So let's say you buy a box of chocolate, man.
Hmm.
Anything that consists, like for example, if you buy some pretzels, but it
Hmm.
has chocolate on those pretzels, that's a no-no. You know what I'm saying? If you get trail mix and it's candy mixed inside of the trail mix, you know what I'm saying? Like, you probably won't be able to purchase that because it's sweets. That contributes to that food. So I will say this is, it's going to force people to have to think more when they go into a grocery store, unless they have labels up saying, like, look, we accept this food, accept links or not. But it is going to have to, like, we so used to just going in the store, picking up shit, going
Yeah.
to the next aisle, picking up things. But now you finna have to go in the store with purpose. You know what I'm saying? You may even have to put together some type of food list, and there has
Hmm.
to be thought behind your shopping. You know what I'm saying, when you go into these stores, and it's not finna just be jumping aisle to aisle, just picking up everything that you see. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So if you got kids that like to touch everything when yeah, you're finna be a lot of hand popping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Finna be a lot of that, you know what I'm saying? Because we know how kids is, man. So I would say, instead of looking at this as a downfall, you know what I'm saying, look at this as some, you know what I'm saying, as a move towards helping you, achieve a healthier life that you want, man. And yeah, man, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end with that thought.
For sure, for sure.
Absolutely, man. Is there anything you want to add, Brody, before we close out?
Just to reiterate what you said, as far as shopping with purpose, I believe we should have already been doing that. Uh, and don't think of it like every time I go shopping, I gotta look at shit. Just a couple. The first two few times you do it, and you obsessed with making sure you see what you're getting, it gets stuck in your brain
Mm,
after that. So just take a week
yeah,
of whatever, and then it lasts you the rest of your life. So I would just
yeah,
reiterate that point, because that a lot, we just discovered earlier how, like you said, you didn't know like the Roman noodles was 2 servings. Like, it's a lot of that going on, and we just eating things and wonder, hey, why I can't lose weight? Why it is? You literally don't know what you're eating.
yeah, yeah. He done ate 4 servings. He thought that was one
Yeah,
serving.
it ain't even know. So yeah, I would just reiterate that point.
That's funny as hell, man. Man that ate about 4, 6 servings. Goddamn, he talk about, man, shit, hell. I'm gonna add something else in there, man. Um before we close out, man. At one point, a while ago, when I was in school, I used to smash a whole pizza by myself. Probably the most unhealthiest times I have ever had. Like the little pan joints too. The tombstones. Pop that joint in the oven.
Yeah.
Pop that joint in the oven. I used to smash a whole pizza by myself, and I'm almost sure that shit got to be at least 4 servings, man. For, you know what I'm saying,
Minimum, yeah.
because you know what I'm saying, at least, so I ate enough. Now that we having this conversation, I ate enough for 4 people, and I was doing that constantly. And at the time, I was into the gym too, but like you brought up the fact, like, man, we wondering, like, man, why I can't lose weight. You know what I'm saying? I be going to the gym, I be doing this and I be doing that, and that's because you're not paying attention to these labels on these foods, and you thinking like what you eating is enough for one person, when really you eating enough for 3, maybe 4 people. So it's like the work that you put in the gym, you done put all that shit right back on, because you're not paying attention to the information also that's on the back of this food. So, make that a thing. Make going into the store a purpose. That way this shit don't catch you off guard. If you are somebody that stays in, other states, that, like, if you stay in states that's not Indiana, Iowa, Nebraska, Utah, West Virginia, which is going to experience this shit in the month of January, every other state that I have named, man, just start practicing that shit now. That way it don't catch you off guard, and you already
Yeah.
be in the habit of going to the store with a purpose and looking at these labels on the back of these foods. So, yeah, without that being said, y'all, make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. Make sure y'all check out my brother Blaqamore. Link is in the description. Check out the Think Successfully Room on IG as well. Give us a follow. And as long as we see the support, we will continue to keep ditching out this valuable content, and do our best to keep y'all updated on what's currently happening in the world. And yeah, without that being said, y'all, life is good. Life is wonderful. Be blessed to be alive. Self-sufficiency is how you survive. To the kings and queens, to the guys and goddess, forever and always. Think successfully. It sucks.